Remember being told that if you swallowed your gum, it would stay in your stomach for 7 years? Or that if you kept making that funny face, it was going to freeze that way forever? We were all told little white lies as kids. They were harmless stories, meant to get us to behave or stop us from worrying. We can laugh about those now. In this video, we're going to talk about the 11 most common, innocent lies from our childhood that may have had a serious psychological impact. Watch till the end because number 1 will amuse you. This isn't about blaming our parents, many of whom were doing the best they could, but about understanding our own stories and starting the journey of healing. Number 11, everything will be fine. Kicking things off is a phrase that sounds like the most loving reassurance a parent can offer. When we were scared, whether it was about a storm, a test, or a strange noise at night, hearing "everything will be fine" was meant to soothe us, to protect us from anxiety. But what happens when everything is not fine? When a traumatic event occurs, or the uncertainty doesn't go away, this blanket statement can shatter a child's sense of security. Instead of feeling safe, a child can feel confused and betrayed. The lesson isn't one of safety, but that the world is unpredictable and that even our caregivers can't always be trusted to tell us the truth. In adulthood, this can manifest as chronic anxiety, an inability to tolerate uncertainty, and a deep-seated feeling that you can't rely on anyone for emotional safety. Number 10, you're just being silly, or stop crying. This one is all about emotional invalidation. When a child is overwhelmed with sadness, anger, or fear and is told their feelings are wrong, exaggerated, or just an inconvenience, the message is devastating. Phrases like, "you're just being silly," or "stop crying over nothing," teach a child that their inner world is incorrect. The long-term scar from this is a profound disconnection from your own emotions. As an adult, you might struggle to even identify what you're feeling because you were taught not to trust your feelings in the first place. This can lead to suppressing emotions until they explode, difficulty with emotional regulation, and a nagging sense that your needs are invalid and not worth anyone's attention. You learn to put on a brave face, but inside, you've been taught that your true feelings are a burden. Number 9, mom and dad are not fighting. Kids are incredibly perceptive. You can feel the tension in a home, even when it's completely unspoken. When parents are going through conflict, financial stress, or other serious issues, they often lie to shield their children from the truth. They'll insist everything is fine, even as a child senses the anxiety and discord all around them. But denying the reality a child is sensing creates deep confusion and self-doubt. The child is taught to question their own intuition. You know something is wrong, but the people you trust most are telling you it isn't. This can foster a constant state of anxiety and hypervigilance. In adulthood, this may lead to an intense fear of conflict, an inability to trust the stability of your relationships, and a feeling that you're responsible for keeping the peace, no matter the personal cost. Number 8, if you don't behave, I won't love you anymore. This lie, and others like it, uses the threat of withdrawing love to control a child's behavior. It's a form of manipulation that preys on a child's deepest fear, abandonment. A parent's love is supposed to be the one unconditional constant in a child's life. When it's made conditional on being good, it fundamentally damages a child's sense of self-worth. The scar this leaves is the core belief that love is something you have to earn. As an adult, this can show up as intense people-pleasing, a desperate need for external validation, and a deep-seated belief that you are inherently unlovable. You might find yourself in relationships where you tolerate poor treatment because you believe you have to constantly perform to be worthy of affection. The fear of abandonment becomes a driving force in your life, all stemming from a lie that made love a transaction, not a given. Number 7, your pet went to live on a farm. This is one of the most classic examples of a lie told to protect a child from pain. Dealing with death is hard, and it's natural for parents to want to spare their child the grief of losing a beloved pet. But avoiding a difficult truth can actually cause more harm than good. Grief is a necessary human process. By lying about death, parents deny their children the chance to learn how to process loss in a healthy, supported way. And when the child eventually discovers the truth, which they almost always do, the initial grief is compounded by a sense of betrayal. They may feel they weren't trusted with the truth or that their feelings weren't taken seriously. This can complicate the grieving process for future losses and instill a deep-seated mistrust of information given by those in authority. Number 6. Hiding parental flaws and mistakes. Parents are human. They make mistakes. But some parents feel a need to maintain an image of perfection, lying about or covering up their own shortcomings. They might never apologize, never admit they were wrong, or create a story where they are always the infallible authority. Growing up with a perfect parent creates an impossible standard to live up to. You internalize the message that making a mistake is an unacceptable personal failure. When you inevitably realize your parents aren't perfect, it can shatter your trust and your entire worldview. In adulthood, this can lead to crippling perfectionism, an intense fear of failure, imposter syndrome, and a harsh inner critic that constantly tells you you're not good enough. You were never shown how to fail, learn, and recover with self-compassion. Number 5. You're the best at this. When it's untrue, this might sound strange. How can praise be a damaging lie? While genuine encouragement is vital, constant and untrue overpraising can severely backfire. Telling a child they are a genius or the absolute best at something, when objective reality will eventually prove otherwise, sets them up for a major crisis of confidence. The intention may be to build self-esteem, but the lasting scar is often intense self-doubt and a fear of being found out. The child learns that their value is tied to being exceptional. As an adult, this can lead to avoiding new challenges because you're afraid of not being immediately perfect. It can foster a deep-seated insecurity, where you start to distrust any compliments you receive and question your own real abilities, feeling like you've been a fraud all along. Number 4. I'm always here for you. This is a beautiful promise, but it becomes a devastating lie when a parent is emotionally or physically absent. A parent might say the words, but their actions show the complete opposite. They might be too busy, emotionally unavailable, or struggling with their own issues to truly be present for their child. For a child, this inconsistency is a form of abandonment. They learn that the people who are supposed to be their bedrock of support are unreliable. This lie can create profound attachment issues in adulthood. You might struggle with a deep fear of intimacy, believing that people will ultimately let you down. Or, you might become anxiously attached, constantly seeking reassurance that you won't be left alone. This lie teaches a painful lesson, that your needs for connection might just go unmet. Number 3. Modeling dishonesty as a way of life. This isn't about a single lie, but a pattern. And the research is clear. Children who are exposed to frequent parental lying are more likely to become liars themselves. When a parent uses little lies to get out of obligations, to avoid conflict, or to gain an advantage, they are modeling dishonesty as a perfectly fine way to navigate the world. The psychological scar here is a warped moral compass and a host of other problems. Studies show a correlation between being lied to as a child and developing issues with anxiety and depression in adulthood. Parenting by lying teaches that deception is a normal tool for getting by. This can damage a person's ability to form honest, authentic relationships and lead to a life characterized by social difficulties. Number 2. The erosion of trust. All of the lies on this list contribute to this single, devastating outcome: the erosion of trust in the parent-child relationship. Trust is the foundation of a secure attachment. It's the belief that your caregiver is a source of safety, truth, and unconditional love. When a child repeatedly discovers they've been deceived, that foundation cracks. The world begins to feel like an unsafe, unpredictable place. And this damage isn't just confined to the family, it can extend to all future relationships. Adults who experience this often struggle with profound trust issues, making it difficult to be vulnerable with partners, friends, or even themselves. They may withdraw emotionally or become highly skeptical of others' intentions as a defense mechanism, a lasting scar from having their primary source of trust broken so early in life. Number 1. The lies that define your reality. The single most damaging lie isn't a specific phrase. It's the overarching deception that creates a false reality and shapes a child's core beliefs about themselves. These are the lies that tell a child they are bad, too much, or not enough. These are the lies that cover up abuse or severe family dysfunction, forcing the child to live in a world where their own perceptions are constantly denied. This is the lie of gaslighting. When a child's reality is consistently invalidated, they learn to distrust their own mind. This is the root of so many deep-seated issues that adults face. Studies show a powerful link between childhood exposure to parental lying and long-term struggles with anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal. The ultimate scar is a fractured sense of self, where the line between truth and deception has been blurred by the very people who were supposed to teach you what is real. These lies are more common than we think, and their echoes can last a lifetime. But just acknowledging them is the first step toward healing. It's about understanding the roots of our adult struggles and giving ourselves the compassion we may not have received. Let's create a space for that understanding right here. We want to ask you, which of these lies resonates with you the most? Sharing your story can be incredibly validating, not just for you, but for others who felt they were alone in this. Please share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed this video.